Hi folks, welcome back to Transport Fever for another episode. A few years, almost 10 years have passed in game, and it's basically been 2 hours since I last recorded the last video. That's how long it takes for time to pass in the game with the mods that I've got running. I've got 4 times slow running, I've got massive, as you can see, 1.12 million for this cargo wagon, and the reason for that, if you take a look at the speed, yes, top speed 186 miles an hour, and that's why these wagons are so darn expensive. So we're buying a stone wagon because we have just built a railway line between the quarry and a construction material factory. That's really the only thing that I've done since the previous video. I did add a second train onto the fuel line going into that place. So we can now buy that, and we can now set it to go the stone run. So that'll be now in out. Obviously it will take a couple of minutes for it to establish the line. Now when I built this track, I was trying to keep it really cheap, and I had to sacrifice a bit of speed. So you'll see in a few minutes we'll be going over a wooden bridge, which will cut our speed down to just 37 miles an hour. But that bridge isn't really long, so it just goes to about there, and then it ends about here. Now we can back up to speed. So it's just for a few wee minutes, it goes up, it drops its speed, like so, and we're pretty much just there. It's not a long journey for that, so when that train comes back, that will be an established route. And then that will make stone, which will then go here, which will make construction material. And then, as you can see, I've got another line here. It goes into the second platform. Will then take the construction material up to Oxnard. Now the good thing about having it here is I can have Oxnard, we can have Sioux Falls, and eventually we'll make it down to Peoria, whatever it's called, the bit where we've got the main fuel stations. So that line will eventually come useful. And what I was thinking to myself, when the buses, the new buses come out, the only ones I'm going to be upgrading are the transfer ones between Arlington and Fort Wayne. There's no point in doing the internal ones because you know, 2 people sitting at that bus stop, that's not much, and there's one bus, and it's never going to hit its potential. You can see it's getting close to breaking even, but I don't think it ever will, which is sad. But these ones here, these are fine. These will make some decent profit, which is fine. What I will eventually get to do is we'll build up to Sunnyvale and Simi Valley, and then obviously over to here. So what's that? How many towns have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Well, someone need to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7 towns, which is fine. So I would say our main transfer would be in Arlington. So buses can come from Oxnard, Sioux Falls, sorry. All these down to here. Then we'll create another line which will go down to here, along here. So this is going to be our main hub. If we look down here, the train's now collecting stone, which it will bring over here. So that's now producing construction materials, but we don't have a train yet for Oxnard, so I can't remember what colour that line for the what colour is the construction? Green. Okay. We usually use green for the farms, but so we'll get a green train. That can be for construction material. There's no point in getting the big one, so we'll get the small one. So what's that? 1.12. So we'll add that on, and then that can go back and forth between those two. Later on we'll double this track up. We can probably double that one up. And obviously we need to expand down to Sioux Falls and Peoria. I'm never going to say that right. And so that, what's that? 2 more that way. So 2 that way. And the rest are going out that way. And the reason I'm trying to probably later on rebuild these roads, not the roads, the bridges, because I want to get a boat to go along there, and I've never had a boat yet in the game. It would be nice to see them. Don't know why I'm doing that. Airport's only going to be for quite some time. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we get those. So you can see the stone is starting to mount up quite a bit now. So we could potentially get a lot of money from stone, which goes into construction. So we've got currently 24 in stock. So you can get that or that. So I want to check something here. So so we've got sawmills, coal mines. Love it. You can see the ones that we are working on. They've all got numbers on them. So we really need to get this line up and running as soon as we get that money in. I really want to get the farm running, because farms in particular make quite a nice profit. Let's see if we look down here, there's quite a lot of people waiting. That's already full. So am I going to have to add even more buses onto that line? Let me see that line. What's it running at? 258. What about this side? See, that side's not as busy now. It's turned the other way around. It used to be this one, Fort Wayne was busier, but Arlington seems to be picking up now. That's the thing about this game, it takes a few years or so for things to work themselves out, because it took a while after upgrading for this to actually get back up to profit. Leave it at that, it's still not running at full capacity. I don't know. But we are still going, we've not went bankrupt yet, we've not screwed up somehow, I don't know how, but we've not. Oh no, yeah, I forgot to also show this. Instead of having two separate depots, one up here and I took the one away from down here because I'm running, eventually, I'm going to run the rail track from here through the mountains up to Sioux Falls. I done a test price and it will be at least 20 million. Yes, so that's not happening yet. That's a long way away, considering we've only got 600,000 right now. So try to make 20 million, and that's just the track, one single track. I want to double it, of course. But yeah, let's move this bit out a bit. It's a bit odd looking. That's where I put the previous depots, but I'm going to clean this up. Even though it's costing me money, I'd rather have it cleaned up though. Make it look a bit nicer. There we go. That looks lovely. Now you can tell that there's never a track there. It's quite an interesting bit, this one though, because if you're coming out, you go up onto there, and then up onto that side. You go down the wrong way, and then up onto that side. So I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll not need to worry about that just yet until we're actually upgrading the trains. So I don't know how that's going to work. Yeah. So if a train's coming down this station here, it's not going to get onto that because it sees that as a one-way. I might need to put that as a two-way signal. Yeah. But that shouldn't affect the actual operating. Yeah, it should be alright. As for this side, they're just going down to the one line, so they're going down that way and then that way. But I don't know, would that affect that? Cause it's between the junctions, I think it would. But that one's not, so it should be alright. So look, the thing is we don't need to make so much money now, we just need to make, what, 1.12 million? Rather than 1.40 or almost 2 million for the really big train wagon, but we don't really, there's no really any need to get the bigger wagon just yet. I would like it. Wait a minute, we're not buying that, we're buying that. That one, isn't it? Tells you. Well, no tools, it's no, it's not it's construction material. So I need that one. Then it's a green wagon. So we'll not get it this month because, well, we can't actually just stick it out the phone up. I think we just actually just got it though. Right, so we'll set that line to construction material. So that's obviously going to go down to the left, because down to the right's that way. Then we'll let it go that way. We'll follow it. Obviously it's going to need to make a run first before it starts to collect, because it needs to establish the line first before it can start picking up the freight, which I don't have any problem with. The thing about this line is it's quite a long one, probably the longest line at the moment. So we could potentially, well, hold on, constructions, 3 minutes. because it feels a lot longer than that. Construction material plant. That's okay because that's the construction now. So as soon as that train comes in, it will detect the rail is actually being used, and that should go away eventually. But that's telling us we need to move construction. But we've got a vehicle now en route for that one, so that should now, that warning sign will go away eventually because we've now got a train running on the construction line. It's a fairly long line, so it will take a few minutes for it to get established. So it's not even established yet. That's going to be right, so it's producing now, so if you want to head back and have to pick something up. So we're going on our maiden drive. Oh, it's even picked up the full load. So is that pipes? Some bricks? Nah, if it's stone it will probably be bricks or something like that. So for that line to be profitable, we'll probably need bigger wagons because it's a much bigger track. The fuel line doesn't really need much because it's a short line, but this one might need the longer lines. But at least we've got the tracks up and running, so that's going to be fine. What are we making for our first track? 76,000, not too bad, not too bad. Obviously we're going to need a lot more trains on that track and a few more wagons on it as well, because you can see that's already picking up 21. So what we're going to do, is probably should have done it earlier, we're going to upgrade this to our full. And the way I've set it up is we can actually do it. No point putting a second station there. So that's going to cost 700,000, but okay. Fair dues. But we're actually making a decent profit now, so we're not too much to worry. And I'm going to do something really funny with it. Well, when I say funny I mean rather weird. With the depot, how this is going to show up. Might take us a few minutes though. Gonna need to wait for the profit to come back up. Rather than having like 5 different depots for the trains, I'm going to do something different. Once we get the money for it. That's a lot of money, isn't it? 700,000, but it is 8 platforms and 320 metres is quite good. It's quite big, you could say. We're not going to get it this month either. That train's going to come in, going to drop off its load. We should probably not do this just yet. I want to... where is it? I want to add more onto this. I wouldn't mind adding on more wagons to that train because it's picking up 42 and it's only got an 8 capacity. So I'll probably buy another wagon for that one and add it on to it. Probably the bigger one, but don't know. Should we? No, let's go for a shorter one again. That's going to be a few minutes, so it's just took off a whole lot of money because of my bank loan. So I'm probably going to put maybe 2 wagons, 3 trains per wagon, 3 wagons, 3 trains to no sorry, yeah, 3 trains, 3 wagons per train, probably. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of money going into that. So that also means we're going to need to double the track up as well. But that doesn't really matter because we're making a fair bit of money now. Not massive amounts. Because in my other save that I'm no longer doing because the reason I started a new map is because the other ones was massive. The computer was starting to struggle a bit, and I don't find the point in having such a big map. That's why we're on quite a small map at the moment. I find these ones easier to navigate. Well, we've got 7 cities. You can have up to 8 platforms per station. So in theory, if you wanted to, you could have this. You could have like a central hub here, for example, that would collect like goods, food, you know, construction materials, stuff like that. And you would have the central hub here, and you would have one train coming in, bringing that stuff in, and then you would have the other trains waiting for it. They would take it to the cities, you know, stuff like that. So I've seen that done a lot and it looks really nice. But it looks like we might be able to afford this next train very shortly. Probably not this month. We'll see. If it just quickly comes in, then we might get it. But I don't know if we will. There we go, just got it. So where's that train? Want to get him before he's coming in? Oh, he's already up here. So when he comes back, or when he's offloaded that, we'll tell him to come back in. Then we'll send him away again. And then we'll get another wagon for that one. So 3 wagons possibly for him. You come in. So when he comes in, we'll put this other wagon on him. And then that's no stone. That's stone, isn't it? So maybe stone. It's maybe construction material. Which is this one. Just as well I spotted that. Would have been collecting the wrong thing. I would have been sitting there like an idiot. Right, okay, that's fixed, that's fine. So he's going to come in. Then we're going to load that onto him. Set him back out. Construction. Obviously when he comes back out here, you want to flip him round. There's a lot of construction material waiting for that train. A lot of it. So when he goes onto that rail, we'll flip him round. He'll collect that. And I didn't paint them. Oh well. I think you can actually do it through the line manager. Construction, vehicles. That's the other one colour. Not a fan of green, but since it was the default line colour, I might as well. So I think that line, that bit there. See, is he? I might just stick with 2 wagons on that. So we'll get this out of the way. What I want is how much is it? Maybe. No, it's not gonna let us do that. So I'll let you see the limit that bit around there. 69, okay. Later I'm going to improve this line anyway. Till we get rid of the farm. So we'll see about here. Then here. So they don't lose too much speed. Saying that's the outbound line anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So now, same as always, get these lines in. Don't need to be too much spaced apart because it's only going to be small trains anyway. And I should do it that side. I've not actually connected that bit. It's not, I think it's not letting us because of the. Hold on. That's one thing I've learned about the game. You can't, for some reason, you can't place track over certain things. Right, so now, see, I will leave it to yes. So the trains come out the right way and they don't get affected. So we want potentially 2 more trains for that side, which is obviously going to increase the need for stone, which we can double up later on the stone production. But at the moment I think it's alright. Just 0 stored, so we might need to, not yet, although we could just give that another another wagon, so it actually has stuff to offload. But that whole platform is basically going to fill up until we can get enough trains to take it away. I'm going to follow this train, see how much it gets. So you can see it's making a decent amount, 60,000, 153,000, not too shabby. So I'm assuming that's like a slope. Now you can see it's quite a slope. That's like, well, there's an easy way, contours. Now see, that's a hill, so it's basically going downhill. You can tell it's massively speeding now. But yeah, I don't know if I should double this line. Yeah, double that track, or just focus on this one. Because there's nowhere else we can increase at the moment. However, those buses. Look at the amount of buses waiting for the Arlington Loop. And why is the Arlington Loop 2 not connected to there? Or is it people just aren't going on it? Hold on. Arlington North. Is it just no one's going? Oh, it's connected. Okay. I'm just Cities in Motion where it tell you what lines they're going to. But yeah, that's fine. How's this one getting on? That's picked up quite nicely as well. Just checking the bus stops. They're within walking distance of that. Walking distance. See if they're too far. So they're in here for example. But they could easily go to there. Go to there. Could possibly add more here. What is that anyway? Is that industrial? Commercial? Right. Right, we definitely need to upgrade the station though. Stone one could do with an upgrade. But we are going to put another one of these out. Construction trains. .12, so that's going to drop quite a bit because it's at the end of the year and it takes about 100,000 off of me. Right, 1.6. We made that fairly quick. Are we in the... Not enough money, it's right there, 1.12. Why is it not letting me buy it? Or is it just shy? Well, hold on. 1 point... No, it's not. It doesn't matter. Right, never mind. We shall... Should we send it out now or wait? I'm going to send it out now. Now the problem is because that's a one-way track. It's going to need to go all the way back up there without a load. And that's stuck behind it. Well, when I say stuck behind it, the other one's going to be faster than it because it's only got one car and it's got no cargo on it. But this is a fairly long line. Now see, that is uphill. Now as soon as it's round that corner it can get up to speed. And I've tried to make it as flat as possible so as the trains could run flat out. Now see, that's fairly short. I'm used to dead long lines because, as I say on my other map, it was a big map. So it would take like 5 minutes alone for one train to get from one side of the map to the other at full speed. At like 100 miles an hour or something. So that's why I'm more used to these sort of shortish runs. So yeah, I'm afraid that's what happens. Well, we've got about 5ish minutes left of this episode. I'll probably make another one quickly after this one though, because I think we're slowly on a build now. That we can actually focus on really good lines. So he's either going to pick up that amount. So road vehicles are needing replaced. Let's check them. It's gonna be the buses, isn't it? Well, that's the only road vehicles we've got. 13%. Now, running cost is 54 million plus 50%. No, 54. Right. And the potential bus is 36. So, in theory, is that really worth replacing? Details. 13% of 2. No, wait, that's 13% of 217. So they won't really get much. So what I'm going to do, take that away, is I'm going to set these to auto replace. So we don't really need to worry much about them. No way, this might be blue. I need to see the vehicle first. Yes. No. Probably shouldn't be doing this. I know. It's just these ones I'm saying. So we'll just leave them on that. So you probably see our money's going down because they're renewing the buses. So what we should probably do, as it's barely coming through, is we'll double the track. Now, what I want to do though, what I really want to do is have some fun. No, I was gonna, I want to replace this wooden bridge. But what I probably should just be better doing is adding another wagon to that. At least one. Rather than buying a whole new load. Probably better just adding another wagon. So that's what we'll do. Might take us a while though. So I'm just reading some messages. It's quite funny. Oh, waiting for these money. It's so stressful. Well, I can just see the time is that's hit just 40 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to give the game a few more minutes. Then when we come back I'll buy some more wagons and hopefully extend the construction material line. Maybe bring it down to Sioux Falls as well. We'll definitely need to double up the track to the stone run because there's a lot of stone sitting and there's barely any construction material getting done because there's a lack of stone. As you can see, there's no stone. So I'm going to expand this, maybe rebuild this bridge because it's severely reducing the speed of the train, even though technically this train shouldn't be hitting for 40 miles an hour anyway. But yeah, so until next time folks, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed another episode of Transport Fever. When we return, as I say, we will be building more onto this track, adding on a lot more wagons, getting more trains, and further expanding our railway empire. So until then, goodbye for now.